So what we need to do is we need to make this pillow neutral. So I think what we're going to do that is we're actually going to just work with changes right to the pixels. So we're going to do that by, instead of using an adjustment layer, sorry, my mouse lost itself. So instead of using an adjustment layer down here, we're actually gonna just modify the pixels straight up. And this would be the only time that you'd use this if you want to just like completely remove color. Okay, so let's go to adjustments. And we can either go to hue saturation or color balance, channel mixer. So let's keep working with our hue saturation. Okay, and do me a favor, colorize it. And let's bring our saturation way down. Let's bring our lightness kind of there. And because there's no color, we don't have to worry about the cast. Okay. Now we're going to make those shadows on this layer really obvious. So we're going to go to curves. And this represents all the shadows and the highlights in your image. So this image is saying that there's mostly midtones with a few shadows and a few highlights. If I drag this down, it's going to bring all the highlights down. If I bring it up, it's going to make everything overall kind of bright. And you can tweak based on just what you want highlighted. Okay, so I've got the shadows really dark. Let's make the highlights really bright. Okay, now that's really extreme, but this might actually work well for our shadows layer. Okay, so let's do that. And now, again, we've got our overlay, our pattern overlay underneath. Let's just see what happens if we go to one of our blending modes. I'm going to do overlay. That looks pretty good, right? I can still see all the ribbing from the layer underneath. It's a little intense, so I can just scale it down a little bit. If I want to change the opacity slightly, right? Bring it up, bring it up. Yeah. That looks good to me. I'm good with that. Okay, so now let's do the same on the other pillow. Okay, so let's go to layer, image, sorry, layer. I'm not on the right layer. I gotta click. Click this layer. There we go. Let's go image. For some reason, it really just didn't want me to have that. Let's go to image, adjustments. Let's go to hue saturation. Just for fun, let's look at color balance. Okay, so this is if you wanted to just change the cast of a color in an image, right? You could change the color balance this way. Okay, and you can preserve luminosity, or you can turn it off and it'll make it darker or lighter. Highlights, boom, boom, boom. This is fun if you want to play with some techniques, right? But yeah, so I just wanted to show you that. So let's go to adjustments. Let's go to hue saturation. Let's colorize it. Let's bring our saturation all the way down. Okay. And then let's go to curves. Let's take our darks, right? So this is our shadows, our midtones, and our highlights. Let's go shadows. Let's click the darkest part. Okay, now that's going to give us the dark, dark, dark. And we can always tweak it, right? We can bring it up or down. Let's go midtones are like here-ish. Didn't really do much. And let's go highlights. There. Okay. And again, you can boop, 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 adjust to your heart's content. Boop, boop. That looks good to me, right? We can see all the texture in the velvet. Looks good. Okay. So now, oh no, we didn't make a copy of that layer. See, and this is why we like to use adjustment layers, because I forgot to make a copy of this layer. So I'm just going to quickly undo. Oops. Okay. We're going to call this left pillow. We're going to make a copy, make a second copy. We'll call this pattern. And then we're going to call this shadows. Okay. Let's do everything again. Adjustments, hue, saturation, colorize. Boom. Image, adjustments, curves, darkest, boom, lightest, and adjust. Looks good to me. Okay, let's close that. Let's do a pattern overlay. And this time, let's use this kind of velvet. I know we already have velvet, but this is more of like a boucle. So let's use that. And let's make it really look like boucle. Boom. Make sure that it looks like the light's going the right way on it. Okay. And then boom, overlay. Let's see. Shadows. Let's see what happens here. Overlay, soft light. Right? Sometimes they don't work great. These are not awesome. But we can do a multiply. So we'll just do a multiply. And let's bring our opacity down. There, that's a little bit more believable. Let's turn our other one on. Boom. Okay, so now we have a set of 2 pillows in our custom fabrics that we downloaded from the internet that we can then put into our mood board. Okay, I will save a copy of this because we want to always keep our stock pristine if we have. So let's save a copy. We'll call this, we're going to call this Pillows Duo. Okay. And then we can close that. So this is a mood board that I've been working with. So let's bring our new pillows that we just designed into the mix. Let's go Pillows Duo. Okay. You guys can sort of tell where I'm going with this. Okay, so And then you can just sort of like tweak the design. Maybe I want to rotate these slightly. Yeah. Okay. If I wanted to show them on the couch, right, I could. I could just place them on the couch. Right, and tweak them away. But I think for a mood board, I want to see them big. Okay. Okay. So that's it. So that is applying a pattern to fabric that you want multiple either patterns, or if you're working in sets, or multiple faces of the upholstery, that's how you would do it. Okay, you just divide everything up into layers and then you play with them individually. Okay, yeah, I'll start a new video.